Friends, welcome or welcome back to this homeschooling naturopath. If you're new here, my name's Hannah and I'm a homeschool mom of 3 girls who are 11, 10, and 7. I still have to think about it. And a newborn baby boy who is 7 weeks old today. On this channel, I like to share content related to homeschooling, homemaking, motherhood, as well as some naturopathic info throughout some of my content here. Today's video, we are taking you along for a day of food. This is going to be what I have kind of been eating postpartum ever since baby has arrived. And so yeah, that is what we're doing today. If you're interested, keep watching. Alright, starting the day off bright and early, I am really trying to get myself back in the habit of waking up before all of my kids do in the morning. Of course, this is a lot easier said than done when you have a newborn. Waking up all through the night feeding doesn't lend itself too kindly to early wake-ups in the morning, but we're managing. So as per usual, I am just having my plunger coffee here with my collagen, a little bit of milk. I don't do sugar in my coffee because I don't enjoy sweet coffee. What I didn't film this morning was my lemon water. You guys have probably seen me squeeze lemon into a cup at least 10 times now. So I thought, you probably don't need to see it for an 11th time, so I didn't film the lemon water. But I always start my day off with at least 500 mils of water first thing, mainly because I'm just super thirsty when I get up, particularly while I'm breastfeeding. I always have a bottle with me throughout the night as well. But staying hydrated, especially while breastfeeding and being postpartum, is very, very important. Breakfast this postpartum have looked pretty similar, either a bowl of porridge with egg whites in it or eggs on toast, just for that protein factor. This morning we're having oats, porridge is what we call it here, and then along with the egg whites that I added, I'm just putting in my Mama Milk Bar powder there. The vanilla toffee is what I like to put in my oats, some walnuts and some blueberries, and then my girls just help themselves to whatever toppings they want to have. Alright, the time now is about 10:30. I've just got the baby down for a little nap, so I'm going to quickly clean up here and then make myself a little lactation smoothie. So I'll show you guys how I do that. It's pretty simple, straightforward, nothing revolutionary. But what I have been drinking a lot of lately, and this is totally not sponsored whatsoever, if they wanted to reach out for me for a sponsorship, I would love that. But that is the Mama's Milk Bar, and I really, really like this chocolate one. In my smoothies in particular, I have been drinking this a lot throughout this postpartum season. And then what you guys saw me put in my porridge this morning was the vanilla toffee one. I really like that in my porridge, not so much in smoothies. The chocolate one is my go-to for smoothies. So I'm going to quickly clean up the kitchen, well, hopefully, if the baby stays asleep, and then make myself a little morning smoothie as a snack. Alright, I decided to turn my light on so that maybe you could actually see. So for my smoothie, I'm just going to do like about a handful of mixed berries. I've got a banana here, some spinach, my standard vanilla protein plus yogurt, which acts as my protein in this smoothie. I can't really do protein powders. I've tried several different ones, and the vast majority of them actually give me a headache. It's something to do with the artificial sweeteners. I can't do artificial sweetener, and I can't risk getting a headache for no reason. So I've given up on protein powders. I know there's a lot out there that are a lot cleaner than others, but for the price you pay for the majority of protein powder, to have it give you a headache, whether or not it has synthetic sweetener, if that's exactly what it is, I don't know. But the vast majority of protein powders give me a headache. So anyway, that's why I continuously go back to the protein plus yogurt. That's my spiel about that. I wanted to go on a tangent apparently. Okay, my Mama's Milk Bar chocolate lactation support blend, again, totally not sponsored. This is literally just what I have been taking most days. What else I'm putting in the smoothie is some milk. In here, this is sunflower lecithin, which I have also been taking a lot of. Back here is brewer's yeast, which helps supply, and then some super seed blend and some ground flaxseed. And that is what is going in my smoothie now. About 12:30 now. All my big girls have been out at a holiday like church program today. It's school holidays here in New Zealand. It is our winter time. It's just a 2-week break for the public school kids, and a local church puts on okay, you good? Okay, just casually filling his pants as soon as I turn the camera on. Oh, what was I saying? Yes, all my big girls have been off at a church program this morning, but they are coming home soon. They're coming home for lunch. So I'm just going to heat up some leftovers that we had last night, and that's obviously what I'm going to eat as well. So I'll show you guys what we got going. So yesterday for lunch we just had some steak and some lamb, and so there's still some of that. And then last night I made a roast chicken, so there's some of that left over. I'll probably eat some steak and some chicken with lunch today. And then also what I made last night, if I can open this while holding the baby and the camera simultaneously. Woo, look at me, I did it. I made some broccoli cheese soup last night with dinner with our roast chicken and roast veggies. Oh, I know. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna have. I'll make myself, once I sort this baby out, I will get myself a bowl of broccoli cheese soup. I'm gonna heat all this up for everyone because everyone's coming home for lunch. So yeah, I'll show you guys what it looks like once I get there. So let's do that. Let me sort this baby before I can do anything else. Alright, back again, a little update. The time is about 1:45 in the afternoon now, and I just wanted to quickly show you guys the supplements that I'm also taking throughout this postpartum season. When I filmed my what I eat in a day throughout my pregnancy, I showed my supplements, and they're pretty similar now to what they were then, with the exception of the like breastfeeding specific things that I'm currently taking. So I'll quickly show you guys that, and then I was gonna make myself a hot drink. I haven't decided yet if I want a tea or one of my lactation drinks. I'll decide that in a second, but let me quickly show you my supplements. Also the house, the house is seriously a disaster. It's like a bomb site. Hello, you okay? You coming in? I just can't have the music in the background. Hey? We are moving house in 2 days. So we're packing up the house. This is all of our homeschool stuff that I've got going on at the moment. Well, most of it. I still need to grab a few things from downstairs. So half the year we spend here in this house, and half the year we spend in a different house in a different city for my husband's work. So we don't pack up everything in the house. Obviously we leave the vast majority of it, like all of our furniture, everything in the freezer and the pantry stays. So all we really have to pack up is our homeschool stuff, our clothes, and then of course like baby stuff, dog stuff, and that type of thing. It doesn't seem like that much, but I'm a little bit overwhelmed at the moment. And also something I really have to prioritize when we do these moves is making sure the house is really clean before we leave, because it's seriously the worst when we come home. And I don't know how I got to talking about this. Oh, it's because I could see the stuff in the background. Oh my goodness. I was saying it's the worst when we come home and like the cupboards are full of stuff. Like when we get back after 6 months to this house and I can't even put my clothes away because my drawers are overflowing already. You know, the girls' drawers get really full, and like we get home and the clothes they took with them don't fit anymore because it's 6 months later. You know, I go to put towels away and I can't fit anything in the cupboard because it's messy with clutter and what have you. So it's a big cleaning afternoon here. And it's quite difficult, even though baby is in a carrier and, you know, is quite chill. Well, he was awake a minute ago. It's actually still really hard for me to do stuff. Like I can't move around that quickly when he's on me, and it's actually, I don't really feel comfortable bending over that much. So it's actually kind of hard. Like I don't feel like I can tackle everything I want to be tackling right now. But anyway, I was showing you guys the supplements that I'm currently taking. So let's do that. Sorry for that story time if that's not what you were here for. Okay, so supplements that I was taking throughout pregnancy that are still pretty much exactly the same are my magnesium. I take this every day. Vitamin C, I do supplement with some high doses of vitamin C throughout pregnancy and breastfeeding. This is super important, especially in the winter time here for us. And then fish oil I continue to take, and the primary reason I take fish oil is for baby's brain development throughout pregnancy and breastfeeding. Super important to have a really good essential fatty acid. So those are all the same. These three things I added for breastfeeding specifically. If this will focus, one thing I am taking throughout my breastfeeding journey here is moringa capsules. These are pretty essential. You take quite a lot of these. You take 4 capsules of these every day, which is quite a lot, but this is like absolute superfood, and it's really good for your milk supply. So I have been taking these throughout my breastfeeding journey, trying to up my supply. I also have been taking this homeopathic spray here called Milk Flow. It just has a few different homeopathic remedies in it, and it is designed to help encourage breastfeeding and your milk supply. So I've been taking that as well. And then finally, I've got here this milk maker, which, what a name. This is from 2 Islands. And basically all this is a variety of herbal medicines, which are known to help increase milk supply. So I've also been taking this. Anyways, these are the supplements I'm currently taking. So I wanted to show you guys that. Along with what I'm eating today in this postpartum video. It is 3 o'clock now. I don't remember what time it was the last time I updated. I haven't eaten anything since then. I've just been drinking my water. I remember though I was gonna make myself a hot drink, but I never did, and I was just about to, and my husband suggested that he pop down to the local McDonald's to get us a hot drink, to get us a coffee. We've just had a new McDonald's open up. This sounds a bit silly, but it's exciting nonetheless. We had a new McDonald's open up like 2 minutes up the road from us. It's not quite in our suburb, but it's like the suburb right next to us. And it's a really big excitement to be able to go to like a drive-through to get a coffee. Drive-through coffee isn't a thing here in New Zealand. The only place you can really get a drive-through coffee is McDonald's. I don't even know if other fast food places, I'm trying to think, like KFC, Burger King, they don't do drive-through coffee. So yeah, if we want like a fast takeaway coffee that's not from like a proper cafe, then McDonald's is the place. We don't have Starbucks here in our city anyway. There is one, actually, that's not fully true. There is one single Starbucks, but it's not a drive-through one. And Starbucks isn't like a thing here like it is in the United States. You know, there's not 1,000 Starbucks stores everywhere you go. So yeah, having a drive-through McDonald's right up the road from us is really exciting. To be able to just pop down and get a coffee is pretty fun. We don't get anything else from there. Just the coffee. Yeah, anyways, I was just saying that my husband and the kids have just popped out to get those hot drinks, and so that is what I will have next, is a nice hot McDonald's coffee. Wow. It's getting fancy stuff over here, you guys. And the house is still an absolute wreck. The baby's still asleep on me. The house is like wild at the moment, and I haven't made much leeway since the last time we spoke. I did empty out the hallway cupboard. The hallway cupboard is now clean, and now I have a huge pile of stuff there that I need to pack, which we're actually going to take to the other city with us. That's like our medicine in our hallway cupboard. This is just a big story time video, isn't it, you guys? I have a lot to say. Wow. Our hallway cupboard doubles as our medicine cabinet, so what I really needed to do was go through and get out like all the expired herbal medicines and different supplements that were in there that were expired, and then pack what I want to take with us. I always travel with certain medicines that we might need, things like colloidal silver if someone randomly has an infection of some kind. Elderberry syrup I will be traveling with. I've got a fresh batch of elderberry syrup in my fridge, which I will be taking. And just different things like throat spray, herbal tea for different things. Yeah, I do travel with a lot of herbal medicines. Anyways, yeah, that's what I have to say. The house is a mess, and I don't know, I'm just wasting time talking on the camera. Anyway, I will show you guys my fancy McDonald's coffee when it gets here. Right, for dinner tonight, Daniel is just making some burgers. We're just really trying to use up the rest of the food that's in the fridge before we leave. So this is what we've got going on. Lots of onions happening, some buns, some meat. You guys know how it goes.